Yeah, I was dying for your love. So tell me, baby, do you want me? Sometimes I decide where.
What's up? What it do? Welcome to my channel. It's your girl Latonia Shanae, and I'm back with another video. As you can tell from the title, listen, I'm super excited to be making this video right now because your girl has been on this TTC journey. Well, as you can tell from the title, your girl is pregnant with PCOS. And that's pretty much all that was going on with me. But you know, I know that in the TTC community, a lot of women struggle with PCOS. So like I said, I want to share my experience, and maybe my experience can help motivate someone, or it could be some help to someone out there that is trying to conceive. Just a backstory real quick. I did go see a reproductive endocrinologist or an RE doctor, and I found out about an RE here on YouTube. So shout out to all the women that make TTC content. Shout out to y'all, because I had no idea that I could go see a specialist that can help me get pregnant. I started seeing a reproductive endocrinologist back in late July of 2021. In a reproductive endocrinologist 5 months before I got pregnant, which is not long at all. But granted, me and my partner had been trying to conceive since April of 2020. So yeah, it was a while before I went and actually got some help from a specialist. But once I did start seeing a specialist, it definitely sped up the process. So let me just get right into it. I don't want to ramble too much, but I do want to be very informative. I did get pregnant on my second round of letrozole, and I only did letrozole 5 milligrams. Both rounds, I didn't up the dose, I didn't lower the dose. My doctor put me on letrozole. So the medications that I took while seeing my RE was metformin, letrozole, and I did 2 Avadril shots. That's all the medication that I took. December 2021, I decided that I did not want to do an IUI because it was Christmas right around the corner, and my granddad had just got sick. He had just got diagnosed with cancer, and it was just a whole lot of going on in the month of December for me. So I did not want to come out the pocket for another IUI. I was just gonna wait to the new year to start fresh. So what we ended up doing is I told my doctor that I still wanted to do the medicated cycle, and I still wanted to be monitored. So she was like, okay, cool, we can do that. I did not have very high expectations for the month of December at all, because like I said, the doctor made it seem like we would only get pregnant through IUI. So that was like the first thing that had me feeling like, I mean, this is not gonna work. And then addition to that, like I said, my grandfather had got sick, and he had been diagnosed with cancer, and the doctor said he only had 2 weeks to live. So I was dealing with that mentally. It was draining, and just having to be there for my mom, you know. And then I had to order or pay for the Avadril, which is the trigger shot, and somehow or another it got lost at FedEx. So I was freaking out about that because it was on ice and it had to be refrigerated, and I was like, oh my God. I had called FedEx literally 100 times until I finally got a supervisor to track down my package and get it held at the FedEx sorting center so I can come pick it up, so I can get it and put it in my refrigerator, because I was freaking out about my medicine. I was like, I just paid all this money for this medicine and it's just sitting in a FedEx warehouse. It is not in a refrigerator. Like, what is going on? Yeah, so that had me stressed, and I was like, oh my God, this cycle is not gonna work. The medicine is not being properly stored. My granddad passed away. It was just a lot going on, y'all. So honestly, for December, I was just like, whatever. Like, I was just over it. On top of that, my follicles, they were growing so slow. I had to do 3 follicle scans. The first follicle, I had 2, one on the left, one on the right. I did make a video about 3 weeks ago explaining this, so check out that video. So I had to, you know, pay each time. It was just a lot, child. It was a lot. Like, I was over the month of December. I was over it. But on that 3rd follicle scan, which was cycle day 17 of my cycle, I finally got 2 19 millimeter size follicles. and my doctor did give me the okay to trigger, and I will insert a clip of my boyfriend giving me the trigger shot. I don't know why I didn't film it, y'all. Like I said, it was a lot going on for me in December, so I really wasn't thinking too much about filming. So anyways, we did the trigger shot on the 15th of December, and I just told myself I'm not gonna test out the trigger shot because, like I said, my grandfather's funeral was coming up and Christmas was coming up, and I was just like, I don't want to stress myself out. So for the first 6 or 7 days after I took the trigger shot, I did not take any tests. And then I started getting curious, getting closer to Christmas. So I had took my first, I had went to the Dollar Tree, y'all, and I had got 3 of the little dollar tests from the Dollar Tree. The first test I took, there was like a faint line. It was there, but it wasn't there. So I thought I was tripping. So I was like, okay, I see a line, but I'm not sure. Maybe it's still the trigger shot. Fast forward to the next day, I took another test and the line was still there, but it wasn't like visible, but it was there. So I was like, okay, I'm tripping again. The trigger shot, maybe it's still in my system, because in November, the trigger shot did not leave my system completely until 9 days after it was administered. So I'm like, okay, the trigger shot is wearing off, it's wearing off. Okay, so the next day, which had to be the 23rd, I did not take a test. And so the next day, which was Christmas Eve, I woke up and I had been having a toothache. And I noticed that I had an abscess on my gum, and I was just freaking out because that has never happened to me. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what's going on? I literally thought that I was dying. I did not know. So I was telling my boyfriend mom about it, and she was like, you pregnant? Because she was like, you know, when you get pregnant, you start having all type of issues going on with your tooth. You know, they say you lose a tooth, gain a child, all type of stuff. And I was like, I don't think so. Because like I said, I had took 2 of the tests and the line was like very, 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 very faint. So I was like, I don't think so. So I went home and I snuck and took the last cheapy test that I had. And like I said, the line was still the same. It was like very faint. It was there, but it was very, very faint. So I'm like, okay, the trigger shot is still in my system. So went to work, came home from work, and I had one more test. I took that test and the line got darker, y'all. I was literally freaking out. I was like, oh my god, this line darker. So I thought I was tripping. I'm gonna insert a picture of that. I thought I was tripping, right? So I showed my boyfriend and I was like, oh my god, this line is getting darker. Next day was Christmas. I did not take a test because I just did not want to take any test. I just wanted to enjoy my Christmas. So y'all, Christmas came and went. It was good Christmas, best Christmas that I've had in a long time. So the next morning, y'all, I woke up and someone was just like, take a test. I took this one and that's what I got. And I was freaking out. So I woke my boyfriend up. I was like, oh my god, I think we're pregnant. And he was just like half asleep. And I FaceTimed my mom. And I showed her, and I was just so excited. I was like, oh my god, but I can't get too excited because granted, this was the 26th of December, and I was scheduled to do a beta on the 29th, which would make 14 days since I had taken the trigger shot. So those 3 days dragged by, y'all. They dragged by. In that midst of those 3 days, I took all of these tests because I was just so like, oh my god, am I pregnant? Am I pregnant? Am I pregnant? So y'all, I literally became a pee on the stick addict. I took all of these tests and I was just like, oh my god, am I really pregnant? Is this really true? Like, I just could not believe it, y'all. I just could not believe it. Yeah, I could not believe it. So fast forward to the 29th, I went and got my beta. And they called, it took them forever to call me. They finally called me maybe like 2:30 in the afternoon. And the nurse was like, congratulations, your beta was 157. Y'all, I was shocked. I was not expecting my beta to be that much. I was expecting my beta to be maybe like 10, 15, 20. She was like, it's 157, it's good, that's great. We're gonna bring you in about 6 more days, so your beta should double every 48 hours. Okay, so fast forward 6 days later, which was this past Tuesday, I went and got my second beta, which is basically another confirmation. Got my results back, y'all, and my beta was 1,938. And the nurse was like, that is great. But she did tell me that when I went and did my progesterone on week 1 after the trigger, my progesterone was like 12 point something, and the doctor was thinking that it was a little on the low side. So they did prescribe me progesterone suppositories to help kind of build up my progesterone. And then today I went and did my 3rd beta to confirm my results. So I'm just waiting on them to call me back to let me know what my results are for my 3rd beta. So guys, I am really excited to be filming this video and to be sharing this news with you guys. And this is not to, you know, rub it in anybody's face or anything like that. This is just to share my experience, to share my journey. And like I say, I'm definitely going to be posting more videos on what I did to get to this point. So definitely give this video a thumbs up. Let me know that you like this content. Comment down below. Let me know where you are in your TTC journey, what's going on with you. And if you like this video, consider subscribing to my channel. I'm so excited. So definitely subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.